It was all done with a conduit bender. It was done here. Okay, because the top wing is swept, you can see where I had to adjust the straps from here over a little bit in order to keep the eye strut lined up. That's because the top wing is swept. You can see the bottom straps, they're the same distance apart from here to here. They're straight. You can see they're straight running with the rib. Notice here, my ribs run straight. My straps start next to the top here. Actually, I moved it over on the top. I kept the same on the back. You can see where I originally had the holes drilled for it and moved it over because it was twisted and now it's straight. Because you have to do that, you also have to cut through your rib just a little bit in order for those 4130 straps. You see that there. I cut through the gusset plate in order to have those come across. And here too is a good shot of the compression members and the drag members. Okay, this is the ultralight version. It only requires one compression member in the center. It's glued to the side, mostly to the side of the block in there, front and back. Of course, the plywood helps some, but the block is the main structure that carries it. If you were building an experimental ship and are going to put a larger engine on it than the standard that we have, about 35 horse, then you would need to put two compression members. One, move this one down right and lay it right on top of the diagonal, and lay it right on the top of the rear spar cap, and then put one right against the top. Same way, have it run up here. So you'll have two coming back instead of one. Okay, you see the little corner blocks in here. That's going to help support it. You see the nails that hold the ribs to the front spar. And this out here was done just to make it lighter. The plywood attached coming out, those are just lightning holes. All this is doing is carrying tip structure. Of course, everything needs sanded. It's not real pretty right now, but this will be all rounded. You can see a nice round tips. Okay, on the rear wing, you see the members back here that were removed to save weight. Which on the back ones, you have to have that cut off on the ailerons. So in the drawings there will be an extra member on the ribs here for the bottom ailerons. On the top, you can cut it out to save weight. When you build the wing, this rib is solid coming back, and in order to have an area we're going to be able to get in there to sit down, cut this out, and I just bowed a piece of plywood around so my fabric could come and lay down and it'll be glued to the side. Actually, flapped all the way over and glued on this whole surface here. Fabric could come down and lap over. Same way on the inboard. This is for fabric here, and then it'll lap over. Okay, there's difference in compression members on the inboard. You'll notice the compression members right here are in the center. They're larger. we couldn't do that here. So, well, in order to serve two purposes, we separated the compression members going to the top of the spar cap and the bottom. And the reason that we put them up so high here is in order to keep the fabric from pulling the rib inward when it's completed. So this will always take a side load for the fabric pull, and it also for compression reasons. If you were going to do the two compression members like I talked about earlier, the two, they wouldn't go against the spar cap on top. They would rest right inside of here and here and come back from there. So this is done to serve those two purposes, compression and fabric pull. I'm going to try to give you a span of the whole wing now. Okay, we only have one drag member on the aileron side. You can see all the rest of it is left open. The one member should take any side load of the tail trying to move. So we're trying to save weight. 250 pounds is hard to stay under. Okay, plates 1.5 millimeter. Top and bottom, those haven't been sanded yet. They will be feathered in so that the fabric will come right down and wrap around. On one instrument, I may put two in there, but like I said, weight, I'm trying to fight that, so we'll see when we get it covered. Okay, do the eye strut and then the lower wing. Basically, once you get them curved or bent, you know, like you want them, you just have aluminum plates on each side and rivets, like gusset plates. Bottom is basically the same type of wing. You see the two bolts on top for the wing fold, two on the bottom for the straps. Totally separate systems. I'll get into the aileron linkage in a little bit after the wing, but right now, try to cover the ailerons, finish the wing. Okay, on the bottom, there's only two diagonals. Skipped a bay, went out to the strut attach point and put another diagonal. That's where most of the load's going to be, the inboard and the strutter point. Okay. See the aileron, you can see there. Remember that I talked about that you leave in the ribs in order to cut the ailerons out. So actually it's this member here. That's built when you build the ribs. This is put in after you assemble the wing. That's the spar for the aileron. And then these 5/16 thick by 3/4 members are put in there. After also, you can see the gusset plates are still there. So this and the gusset plate is built when you do the rib. And after the spars in, reinforcements are in, the diagonals are in, and you cut it out. Once you cut it out, and you cut out the little block section that's shown in the rib drawing, or will be shown in the rib drawing, and then you can install this. And then the plywood patches. These have already been feathered. Plywood patches there. And it runs right up against the spar. So these are the two members shown where your spar travels through. Okay, we're supported outboard here. Cut a little slot for the bracket to go through. Installed a 1/4 inch piece to support the bracket. This is just a lightning hole. bolted it on. And this is the sleeve, the bolt. It's like a head cap screw. And the sleeve inside there to hinge the aileron. Got one. See that one there, same way. Brackets on the other side. Slots cut out for the bracket. See the bracket? Because it'll be a blind fit. Same way inboard, except we got the bracket for the aileron hinge for the control system. Okay, in order to have the bracket on the outside here, we'll go around the other side and we'll show you the slot that we have to cut. And the fuselage side. Those there are nut plates, because it will be blind if you completely cover the inboard section with fabric.